in which each symbol represents a combination of sound syllable of the Czech language. So I'd say conditions. Yes. According to the author, Sakota's method of delving was notable. So it was notable because is especially by contrast, which was among literature was so surprising that aware of the advantage of the writing system. So notable because well here recognizing peers people or pigment designing systems. So yes. Based on the information, the number of people using Tsaligi uh, it didn't I don't know about that. Initially bloomed to it didn't bloom at its lowest. So this here. So until establishment of boarding schools such as it was not until the end of the increase again to be revived. The third predecessor, so emerged in 1816, added to Unicode. So it's it says so past applications is here when yeah, so research dramatically when describing Pet in aging Christopher was determined to make it the tallest building in London here. So it was an innovation in architecture of this aesthetics. No legal to be experimented with mind, that's true. What are the following assertions that best so uh its striking look to upside down was employed by its contraception. So he basically outlined the church and the strings, outlined it, and then he did a model, and then the scale model, and then he upsized it. So he did do this. So upside, that's true. Okay. Uh, it wasn't unusual. It was unique, but I don't know about unusual. So, but it was artistical and theological because it says when Featherton does a function as an educator to promote the local religion. Hmm, a little long. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Uh, let's say this. One is all the others about knowledge integrity. That's true. What are the following etymologies of extracts? It's not necessarily it's not the practice. I don't think it's about the practice of it. So I'd say. It says here, so spread great success rapidly, widely and disseminated. So it could be best described as isodosylphil. Uh, this is this is apart from learning a master varied and rich library, so it's not just that. No, they did say that. Yeah, it's engaged in everyday tasks while also being scholarly. Um, Conclusion from the uh, that is true. It has a vast range of communities from GDS claims will be named patron saint Catholic order. The orders are intended to promote Christian behavior throughout use of the internet, so it catered to modern use. Okay. Is here, so three-dimensional effect without using the stereoscope itself to do so, viewers relax their focus. So it made it easier. The cross eye view position, so it's not this, not this. That's true. It's not aligned with one another. That's true. So uh, approach this and mounted to part right at this point I can choose as a single creating the effect of three. So it's an effect, so let's say that. Which of the following is not supported? I did not get anything about satirical commentary. It would be here if it was, because this is the only part where I talked about anything remotely political. It's horrific reality, but didn't say satirical. What the hell? Okay. Uh, two images are placed too far. No, that's false. The fight to view the right eye. That's false. So this is true. Um, it says here where the conditions do not align with it, which makes it difficult to abandon to achieve this effect. Okay. I was just like looking at answer options first. Okay. So in popularity, that's true. Um, I want to sell the version of the Grave the Eugene Shadow. Uh, it says here after uses under a center of the ideas, the trend of sparkles is still persistent. Recognized the photographs viciously echoed, and Sendo himself played with these parallels. So he promised consumers, he promised people that um, to achieve the body proportions if they purchased whatever he wanted. So it's to achieve the same results. Uh, Ancient Grecians, no, no, no. This is all contradicted. This is actually pretty easy, just from the answers alone. They're not identical. This is never said. This is like way too absolute. Like I'd say after a bit driven by some. So it never says anywhere that it's identical. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yep, that's true. That's mass produced, greatly evolved, resembling amp imagination that depict extreme violence is not said. The passage says comics have always been because they uh glazing over this allows the opportunity completion itself is to so they are required brain connections, so exercise multiple parts of the brain. It must be primarily due to uh I think I saw this somewhere. yeah, combination of image input degraded both art forms. And then I think I later said it. Yep. Okay. So, um, ancient Greek carvings were predecessors to modern. That's true. Predate modern printing. Ancient Greeks information these sets of images onto services. So that's true. I misclicked wholly. I misclicked this one. So I didn't. Okay. And as it has captured the portion of fractal, many computer scientists, however, recently criticized. So it says e-voting here. It's not trigger because e-voting point out that young appeals to younger and more comfortable with rigorously to prevent duplicate misplaced votes. Uh, so that's true. Fraud will increase growing in new theatre. This is all true. I don't think I read. There's nothing about environment here, so I'd say that one. Uh, that's true. Versus e-voted platforms, so rigorously protect identity. So I'd say that's true. Um, the most the where does it say that? To change their votes. So one person can, the most is probably I'm gonna say it's this part. So it's to change someone's votes. Encouraging the method that allows people to change their votes. So revoting. According to the pattern, may not be ideal because it says here not suited for online crypto votes with viruses attack on individual data. So it's susceptible to attack. Criminal enterprise, so it's susceptible to attack. According to atmospheric pressure influences the flight of tennis balls. It says here the cold air increasing the compared to air pressure below it cold threatens the pressures that making firmer on impact. So they can minimal rotation, uh, or they can balls move faster. So air resistance and pressure would change the speed of the ball and the spin. Yeah. Doesn't talk about temperature. Let's say B is fine. I'm not gonna read the other two. I think B is fine. I'm not gonna try to doubt myself. I think this is fine. Um, Rubber layer, which is visible for television viewers, so it's television and those playing. That's true. Um, According to reducing the number of lateral racket strings is beneficial because uh, main racket strings. So it says the lower number of rack cross strings with drawn side compared to main strings, the friction is applied to the main ball and the bend, the amount impact, thus increasing spin. So it improves the bend on the longitudinal strings. So it's mm, from the ball through fluctuations. No, it says here back, which then rotates forwards. Then so yeah. So it says back shots at the force that the ball drops at top spin. So it's different variations. I'd say this is the most accurate. This actually would be not bad if not for this last one, I think. Being prosperous, uh, and preserve the supply of opium to the British. So British wanted to do it basically. The typing waged war here, since war ensued. That's true. Interpretation of Christianity. That's true. Um, Socio-economic. That's true as well. Uh, I don't know about C, so I'll go with this one. Western nations. I think I read it here. Alien the Western powers and who would later be in to suppress the typing. So, not they intervened to defeat typing. Yeah. Hypocrisy. That's true. The unusual religious views. That's true. That's true. Western powers are prolonged. It's not so. But here, both here. I think I was reading the question too, and it said, deep blues. So it said his mind's color, so it helped him. Music helped him with his works. So a frenzy apparition mental colors. So it helped him. Northern's canvas. He did visualize color. Uh, place objects in surprising places. That is true. Um, I think so. But the sort of moving towards. It was seemed to transfer Russian homelands came in rapid life, lost in violent eruptions and color. So not unrealistic and with hues. So I go with D. Particularly inspired by different art because he thought connections. But this is like the same question, no? He definitely saw that. That was the same question as like the question before it. Oh, this is this the only true false I had? This is the only true false I had. It says here, they're uncertain, which is hygiene is false. It's not definitive. Parents should not give their children nuts. Can't tell. Uh, um, allergies has increased. I can't tell. We don't know. It's not compared. No child have increased, but we don't know about hospital admissions. I'd say can't tell. Loss of consciousness may be a sign of allergy. That's fair. And loss of consciousness. So that was pretty chill. Okay. Just sent it. Okay. DM now. I'll wait a bit. I don't know. I don't know if I got 900 left. There's a few iffy questions still. Who was the one who wanted to do the DM? Someone wanted to watch the DM. I don't know who it was. But one person did. It's not DM anyway. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna try to overthink it. So I reckon the biggest problem with DM is a lot of people. I got some crazy allegations. Not allegations, but I got some crazy statements for. Like some people have given me some crazy counter examples. Non-Jews and non-Jews at Bell have red laces, so neither James have green laces. Yes. Yes. Pairs as no. Pairs neither. Yes. No. Uh, all the unpublished manuscripts that Alpha Neuro and Shadow has fully proof only vetted by lawyers. So manuscripts have been either no, it can be it can be it can be unpublished as well. So no. So this yes. Out for review are um it could be one or more. So no. This doesn't hold. Invented. Yes. If a manuscript is unpublished, no. What? This one's long, but not as many as the hand wild tail. So XX, 2X, there were fewer, so I'd have that's true, because there was greater total. Uh, there were more purple tails than no. The total number of blue tails combined with, so it'd be white and twice of purple. So it'd be 3 times, and then most were blue and some, so only a few were purple. Thus, most of the purples were burnt tails. No, damn, this legend was long. The Spanish, okay, that's true. Most students study the we don't know how much study each language, so we don't know. All students no, it doesn't. You don't have to study either one. We don't know. We don't know. No, because this one it says there's must be at least one since someone's studying both. But yes. This really contains bananas. Contains no. Could be purple. Uh, Purple with strawberries could also belong to Maya. So no. This one contains banana. Contains no. I'm not sure about this last one, but I think that's right. It doesn't contain bananas, so it doesn't belong to Osama as well. So it can contain origins of buttons as Osama. Yes, that's true. So this can be Osama's. So yes. Okay. So we only know some are, so we don't. We can't say all. Spongy can grow. No. Um, there's some saltwater sponges, so we don't know. Yes, that's true. You can't negate one. That doesn't make sense. You just converse it, so that wouldn't make sense. It's okay. A farmer must decide between two brands. There's 38% with no filler. So 38, 38, and then there's a 29, 20. This is weird. So 9 over 150 is 0.6, and then 20 over 250 is 0.8. So, so let's do this. 1.32 times 10 times. Let's just 1.32 times 1.94 is 1.34, and then you have 1.38 times 0.90, so 1.26. So and will produce more. Doesn't Yeah, when failed crop substitutes will produce more overall. For this year, 23 and 76, so 30%, and then you have 100 minus 15 minus 30 point. 100 15 minus 30.26. So you have 60. What? You have 54.74. Uh, and then you have 32. So it's 52, so 51. So it will be. That's true. Okay. That's how I was rolling the dice. The original figure is it says that the probably is now 1 and 6. So it's 1 6 2 3 3 2 6 1. So it's 4 and 36. So it's 1 on 9, and then it has 7 8 9, and then that's 4 and 54. So 2 on 27. So it's 54. There are 6. So there was 7 8 on 9. So yes. 1 2 3 4 6. Yes. So one's out of 54, one's out of 36. And then does not miss a train. Train is, so it's 0.8, not 0.75, which is 0.6. That's fair. Multiply 0.7 by 0.8. The probability of 11, so it was 75 plus 60 plus 15, so it was 60 over 150, which is 0.4. And then you have 40 plus 50 on 90, which is, what's, you have, yeah, it is just, what? You have 40 on 90, I mean, controlling, so it's 0.44, so it's big enough. Okay, so 25 for text this, 16 plus 20 plus 5 plus 10 plus 3 plus 8. So 64, and yeah, I have 16 over 64. It's 25%. That's true. Okay. Not wrapped in dark foils or that. So it's 5 plus 6 plus 10 plus 17 plus 15 plus 8. So it's 61. Wait, did I miss something? Wait, let me do this again. 5 plus 4 plus 8 plus 17 plus 15 plus 10 plus 65, I think. I might come back to this. Uh, the profit platforms over in direction. No, that's false. This one's 18 and 1. So not depression. So outside of this, 18 and 1. That's true. Okay, so the reasons potential buyers gave not making an offer on property is shown in the reason below this way. It's like parking, so that's 13. 13, so one producer noticed the novel watch of the theory of being waterproof had a stylist said that. So, total overlap being 2. So, so 8. What's the difference? Oh, there's a 4 here. These two are definitely wrong. This is odd. This isn't bad, wait. But 10, 18, 12, no. So it has to be one of these. I don't know if this 4 being here changes anything. Half of it is just dial. Also, this isn't. It's 20, so 10, 8. It's this. Won't be that because there's no 4 there. Why did they draw like that then? It's like, the drawing just doesn't make sense. Um, which ones were which? Can you see it? Also, this has to definitely be new season. And this will be the this wait, no, this will be the oak furniture. And so this because this is 45, and this is pack furniture. So it would have 2015, which is there. So not a base speed region off. Ah, that's not more than half. Does indicate before turning. I don't know. Wait, 13. It's 5, 19. That's 18. So that's bigger. So you can see. Nine, 13%. Eggs but not milk. So eggs, milk, but not that. So okay, banana wrap and a whole mine. You can use a banana if you're drunk. It doesn't mean they'll ripen less ethylene present. That's not true. It makes it ripen more quickly. So I don't know about that. Make the mistake of buying the fermented fruit though. That's true. Bananas can be used compact with prime. No, that's true. Noting how an advocate could reduce wastage. Cut into and what it should be consumed. Yeah, that's true. Any banana can be used to make a fruit. No, I don't know about any banana. It's too absolute. Um, it says body can lead to unhealthy habits. Foreign behaviors. So, body effects mostly optimal health. It says optimal health, but it doesn't say it's necessarily the other way around. person who does not. Um, if a person does not believe surroundings fair, yes, that's true. Boring behaviors. Okay. Isn't 38%? No. Uh, not women. We don't know about. That's men and women, so we don't know. We don't know how they can appear. Yes, that's true. I think so. I don't know about that actually. It's all scopes. Uh, Agent octave. Yes, that's true. Uh, it doesn't say whether it's more popular among these specifically. So no, that's true. Interior life, that's true. There is some dependent the assumption through. So yes. Okay, what the hell is this? What does it look whack? But 19 decreased, so I'd say yes. Wait, no, the percentage of increase this defined contribution increased, so I'd say no. More employees defined than 2010. No, decreased. For women, this increased in 2010. So that's true. The trends did diverge because woman was the only one increasing past this point. Uh, the mean rate has not fallen before, below 35%. That's true. Different contributions. Uh, increased by 4%. Yeah, this is not. This is like 4%. So no. Disproportionately high percentage. Uh, it doesn't talk about. There's no. Oh, did not some positive change in company process and enterprise. So that's true. Any apparent improvement? Yes, if the price has increases. So yes. Um, risk laden. So that's true. Extending can raise price. That's true. $1,000 a P of 0.2. That's 5,000 divided by 1,000. Thousands, so no, it's 5,000 on thousands. So no, it's five. And then low P. We don't know about low P shares. Okay. Should the government serve workers been banked? Yeah, so March and September. So you need something about the time. Bank holidays. This is the only one that talks about bank holidays and gives a reason at the same time. Uh, Gambling, no, 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 no. Prevent addiction. It's the only one that talks about addiction. Mm, no, no, that's ass, bro. It's definitely no. But canteens. That's true. People Operation Reduce Weight prioritized, so overweight it's not plastic gastric band surgery that's not scoped, weight loss counseling no, treating rather than physical consequences. That's fun. Require large internet-based companies to pay the same postage rate as smaller ones. No. I think this is okay. It's actually not bad too, but I don't think it doesn't talk about the comparison. So B is a slightly better reason. The number of electric cars automatically to increase sales. Uh, yes. Yeah, this is fine. Subsidized motorway, drive it in flats, that's off scope, so I'd say. What is this? Bro? Uh, you have to match it. I actually need a pen. I don't have a pen. Grab a pen. Uh, so yellow, so Pat and Ethel must have scored green or white. And the green or white can't be 35 or 48. So the blue and yellow are 35 and 48, and green and white are 19 and 23. It said green or yellow was marked 19, so yellow can't be 19, so it has to be 35 or 48. So green is 19. That's not option. Not that. Not that. So green is 19, so it's not this or this. And white must be marked 23. Yeah, this is 35. Don't know what this is. Um, be 35 or 48, I think. Um, uh, so so Helen has to have but Jack isn't is shopping, so she must laptop or TV, and then Justin uses laptop for shopping. So mobile is used for news, and Helen has to use it. So Helen uses M News, and Jay uses laptop to shop, and Joe uses TV and Kay uses a tablet. So sure, okay, okay. Uh, fuck, this is long. So in last month, so it has to be. So the number 5 was installed in July, and the pear tree was June 9 or 7. So it has to have addresses. So it's 3, it's 5, 3 through 7 June, or so could be reversed as well. But new features to flower bed and address with no new feature last with number 5. So new feature isn't 7 or 11, so it can't go 5, so it's the July one. So July is 3 or 9, and May goes to 9. So wait, no, May at number 9 won't work because pair is between, so it won't work. So 3 has to be the May one, and it can't be pear, and it can't be flower, and it can't be gas. So it has to be fountain for May. So it's 3 mountain, May fountain, 5 July something, and then 7 June something, and then June 9, June something, and something 11. So that's wrong. That's wrong. So 7 has an future. I think so. This isn't that bad. This is pretty easy. Uh, it's pretty easy, I think. Scottish is twice this, so it's 1.2, 2.4. So it's Northern Irish is so English is 1.2, 1.8. Northern Irish. So if English is 1.8, Northern Irish, and then the 1.2, which so can't be the Northern Irish. So Northern Irish is 1.2, and then so it can't be Welsh. So it has to be Scottish is 2.4, so it's 1.8. It can be Scottish or Welsh. That's 2.4s, but 1.2 is definitely Northern Irish, and then this is wrong. Yeah. Okay. It's not that bad. 5 friends, Erica. So each friend is a very stellar color. So I'll add 5 spots in. And so it has D. We have D, P, A, and then we have O. Polly and Paul could have silver bike. Erica didn't finish first and didn't have a green bike, so she probably had she had a silver bike. So she finished second or third, and Paul and Polly could have silver, and then it would be GG or ESS first. So these two could switch spots. So second and third could switch spots. Wait, no, it can't. So only person E and S. So let's be E with a silver bike because Paul and Polly could also have green because we don't know where they are. So I think one of these could. This is weird because neither one of these should also have a green bike, I think. But the problem is I don't know which one. Silver, yeah, so like one of them could have silver, one of them have green. That's weird. That's weird. Wait, I'm trolling. Hold on. Don't know. She could. So Polly and Paul could have silver, yeah, but what? One of them could though. I don't know about that. Okay. Salisbury. The logic puzzle is so weird. More attractive. I don't know about that though. It's not Skype. Okay, I'm done. Okay. I think I might drop one, maybe. It's I don't know who why TV unmuted. I can't hear you. My listening thing isn't on. Listening something? No, I didn't. I'm on my last subtest. Okay, let's continue. Okay. 1 so times 1.5 is what? 2.5 is 0.5 is 0.75. So it's 4.5 liters, so it's 375 times 1,000 on 4.5. Oh, did my calc just break? That's or lost spray. So it's 375 over 4.5. That's the same question. So it's 2.5 times 1,000, so it's 250 plus 150 is 400, so divided by 4, so 100 fish. This is 250 plus 150, so it's just 400 again. Over 32, so it's 12.5. That's a lot. So how much is C1? So C1 level. So it's 300 plus 500 plus 5, wait, 300 plus 1,000. What? What is my calculator? There we go. So 2630, and then we have 350 plus 420 plus 430 plus 530 plus 720. So 2480. So minus 2630, and then about 2480. 1.6. 250 plus 350 plus 500 plus 650 plus 35. So 255 times 0.8. So 244. How many would progress to B1 level in a year? So it's it'd be 300 plus 520 plus 600. So 1 for 20 divided by 365. So 3.89 hours per day. And then times 60 is 233. C1 to C2. French native. C1 to C2. So hmm, 600. So 100. Put too long that. Hmm. So we have number of users with a potential 2 times viewers. Let's go for this. So 120 plus 2400 plus 9060 plus 200 plus 2250 plus 720. So it's 10450, and then you have 960 plus 820. So it's 1780. So you have 1780 over 10045. So it's 0.17. uh, 2400 plus 960, so 8360. Then I have 1800 plus 380 plus 3. That's 2480. And then you have 3360, so it's 880 over 3360. 26. Hmm. So 1920 plus 2400. That's 4320. Then 4320, and then you have 2250 plus 2010. The 4060, so it's 60,000. So, uh, and then you have 960 minus 800, which is 160. So you have 160. So you have 60,000 times, which is 600, and then plus 160,000 times 0.03, which is 480, 48, 48 kids. So it's this. What? It's not 600 plus. Oh, is it? Okay. 260 plus 20 0 there, so 420 again. And then times 1.2 is 5304. And then wait, what's wrong with my calc? 304, 20, 6, that, and then the difference. It's that was 1.4. So and then what is wrong with my calculator, Brady? 58. Okay, there we go. 410K. But this calculator is actually getting. I'm actually getting aura lost by this calculator. 2,200. So 200, and then you have 315 times 0.2 times 20,000. 200. 2,000. So let me try this again. Times 0.2 times 3 divided by 240 plus 200 is 440. Mm, 2,000. So I'd say this is 400 roughly. One 20, so 280 volts. So 280. 233.33. Um, so it's 207 times 3.08 times 1,000. So 160, and then you have 305. So 240. So you have, and then you have 4 million times 3.8. So 220. So you have 200 plus 160 plus 240 plus 320. It's 920, and then on 4. think so. So 71%. So it's 519. So 60%, and then you have 55. So that'd be one, I think. Ah, okay, so 0. What? 0.5 plus 0.5. So 1 minus 0.5. 0.5 times 80 is 40, and then times 1.8. And then you have 80 minus 30, 36 over 80. So that's, I think. You have 1.2 times 100. So it's 120. So, and then you have 1.15 times 120. So 138 times 0.05. So it's 6.9 milligrams. How much it got is in the 3-day period. So you have 2 times 60, 120, then 1 plus 0.9, so 1.9. This one. So 228 plus 1. Okay, so 228 plus 1 plus that. That's not right. Alright, there we go. So then 15 divided by 0.1 is 150, and then minus the original, that's 25. This is pretty easy. What, 0.78 times 150 is 117. So 21 over 30, and then you have 49 divided by 30%. So yeah, 0.03 times 50 is 1.5 meters, and then you have 50 plus 2. 3.5 divided by 50 plus 2, so it's 52. It's 6.7%. So total volume would be 100 plus x, so it's 90 plus 100 plus x is 0.8. So it's 90 plus 80 plus 0.8x is, so 0.8x is 90 minus 80. So it's 10 divided by 0.8. Once I did my algebra wrong, bro. I feel like I got that wrong. That's okay. So I need to add these. So 30. And then I have 2 plus 12 plus 7, so I have 21. And 21 divided by 30 is 70% of all of those. 3 plus 4, and then plus 8, that's 15, so it's 7 plus 15 is 22. So 22 of the days of fair, so 7 of them. So 31.8. Over 150. Bro, that's annoying. 5 times 4.5. Then I'll add that to memory. Then I'll have 18 times 4.75. Add that to memory. I'll have 20 and I'll add that to memory. Then I'll have 3 times 5.5 and I'll add that to memory. And then I'll recall memory. So it's 144.5. Then we have 3 times 5.5. And then divide by 6. So we have 11.4%. Yeah, this is when I would use memory, when it's like a long string of numbers with different values and different prices. We have 8 times 5.5 and 6.5, so it's 50.5. And then minus 5.5 times this is minus 16.5. So 306%. Fine with that. 18 times 0.3. 5.4. And then I have 18 times 0.12 times 0.08. So that's 1.4. So it's 5.578. Why is this so long? Two five 1 0 1 9, and then so I'm gonna add that memory. Remember that 589. And then let's see. So 437356. So the smallest values is this one, and this is the largest. So 997,353. 23433. 12 by 7810. 1 0. To memory. Then I'll have 23433 plus 4067 plus 1920 plus 85890. 117. And plus 13682. Wait. Oh, GG. I'm gonna need to do some crazy math, bro. Oh, I'm just gonna restart. Holy shit. And 415227. There we go. Oh my god, yeah, that's right. And then let's see. 335873. And then divided by 781100. 43. Damn, that question was weird. And so 778. I remember that. 324. Okay, 324, and then and 778. So it's 7. So okay, we got 7. So you have 3152 minus 7 minus 324 minus 1. How do I do that? Okay. 57.5. 4 plus 20 plus 24. So 56, and then year one. So year one, year one, year one. Then you have 14 plus 30 plus 26. So you have 76, 70 minus 56. That's 14. You have 14 plus 30 plus 50 plus 26. You have 120, and then you have 30 and 120. So it's 325. Holy shit, that's gonna be annoying. So you have 8 times. We can do it by thousands. 15. I'll add that to P. And then I'll have 3.03 times 120. That's 3.3600. So it's 9 times 14 is 14 is 126. And then 3 is that. Wait, that. Then 0.6 is that. And then times it by thousands. I'd buy 3600. Okay, so last question. 1.06 times increase by 6 at 1.06, yes. So times 50, so it's 53. And then how much is each year? So 93, 93. So 49200, and then the profit is 0.8 per pound. So 39432. Okay, I'm done. Just check over this. Hmm. I don't get how some people finish QR in like minutes left. QR's long. Let's skip it.
No.
No. Okay. Let me do one SJT question with the number of visitors. Very important. Okay. I think this should be a 2600 run. But let's see. Wait, what? Is that my first one? That might be my first one. That actually might be my first one. I got one SJT right. Wait, this I didn't full mark verbal though. Well, 43. It jumped from 860 to 900. You couldn't have gotten 880. But where does it say that? unhealthy diets are pure. It says for more, it is generally bad as an indicator of optimal health. This is not stated, bro. That's my first 27 on Medify. Not bad. That's my first one. I think the highest I've gone before this was like through 26 30s. That's pretty good.